You ready?
Yeah, what do we book first?
Who do you want to start with first? Who's the easiest? No, I'm just kidding. So after we meet with faculty, you could tell that there was some follow-up things that need to happen, right? And so um, we usually try to make sure me and Jada don't normally meet right after. Just so you know, Jada started as an intern with us. She's now an employee, but I'm kind of her mentor. So I've been meeting with her and kind of teaching her research administration. She's doing a great job. She graduates in May, so hopefully she's going to be promoted into a new role. Um, but she's kind of has a down pat now where a lot of the stuff she knows, right? So it's kind of following up more on NIH guidelines or something like that, where I've been doing this for, I don't know, 26 years. So you kind of just know. And so I'm just trying to help her through those things. Now, a lot of the things we need to do after those meetings is do follow up with our central office because it was no cost extensions, it was contracts and budgets being added. And so we need to check the status and then send a follow up email. So um, Jada, maybe we start with Kyle Steenland because the only thing really on his list was, well, there was two things, but the no cost extension for the R01. So if you can pull up the grant form that you submitted so that they can see what that looks like.
Sorry, yeah, you took me out in a call, so
Hmm?
pulling it up now.
Okay. And we try to do these meetings monthly because it's just easier to keep up with everything if you do. And it doesn't really take that long. You can see they're pretty much know what they're looking at this point. Even Kyle, who didn't want to come to his meetings at the beginning. And now if we do the changes right away, then we don't forget, right? And we do record them so that we can show engagement with the faculty member. And then we kind of have a recording of what happened in the meeting. Both me and Jada try to take notes. Sometimes I do a bad job. Sometimes I don't, but at least we can compare.
This is the no cost extension for Kyle.
Okay, go ahead, Jada, or Malika.
Saying we also do use the Zoom AI feature so that we have the notes for file and we kind of can go back and recollect what we needed to do at the end of the meeting. So we have those saved because if you're like me, if you don't make the changes right away, we'll forget. So you have something to reference.
I would forget too. So a lot of times I'll be like, Jada, what was in our note? So anything that we have to send to a central office more than likely is routing through some system, right? Hopefully we have that all integrated here very soon. But this is what we can call like a grant form. And so when you go in here, you can pick different actions. So Jada put in the no cost extension request here. And then Jada, if you can scroll down to the approval workflow, you can see actually where it's like sitting and when it got over to them, kind of thing. So right now, Jada, I think what you should do is like screen snip this and the grant form number and email Ryan and ask him. Well, it just routed to him yesterday. I wonder if it was a new person. Can you?
So let me get to it. So this Compass is a software that you communicate within your system.
Yes.
So the no cost inspection now request you make it through the Compass, or are you send an email?
So we should, well, it depends, right? So it looks like who's Zachary Rains?
He's in their OSP.
Is he new?
No.
So, well, Robert didn't approve it. So it looks like Jada put it, I don't know. So Jada put it in on like February 5th. Can you go back, Jada? Go down. Kyle didn't approve it till the 24th.
Oh.
So normally we wouldn't send an email, right? Because there's approval workflow and the system triggers you via email that you have an action. But Jada, if we can, when does this end? This ends in May, so we have a little bit of time. I don't know, I'm conflicted, because Angela's gonna be freaking out.
I would just say.
So maybe Jada, go ahead and send an email to Ryan. So we are gonna send an email. So send an email to Ryan. Asking, you can tell him, we know Kyle just approved this on the 24th, but we want to make sure that this no cost extension gets out early next week or something. And I think part of the anxiety is one, the type of work they do, and two, not really us not knowing how the federal government is going to respond to any of these things right now, just because nothing's working how it normally did in the past. So, and like in Angela, for example, she's a research staff. So if she doesn't have funding, her position's terminated. So that's why her anxiety levels are probably high, and especially if chart's ending.
Yeah.
So,
And that was like crazy because I started chart. And it was like, that's 3 years. It's been 3 years already. Time flies.
was it a 3-year grant, or are they okay?
They funded it, so
Yeah, so Jada's gonna send the grant form number and a snap to Ryan, and we'll ask for him to kind of expedite that one. And then she wants us to check on the RPPR. I could. I mean, I'm not going to email them, but I can log in and see where it's sitting with NIH. My guess is the award notice has not been released yet, if I had to guess. Do you guys have access to Commons? Okay. Malika, can you look up his agency number? It's quicker that way. Well, my computer's doing all kinds of crazy things. And I think the other thing too, we don't necessarily have to walk you through all of our changes, but I know you were keeping a list of questions. So maybe we should start with your questions after I look this up real quick. And then we can walk you through the nuances if you want.
Just ask.
Yeah.
Wondering.
Okay. And so we'll pull up, because I think you had the question on Jen and Todd. Mhm.
I just put it.
Oh, geez.
You.
Yeah, it's probably, like, it's probably easier. I'm not sharing my screen, I don't think. Hold on. Jada's probably like, what is happening right now?
I just can't hear anyone other than you, Kim. So if someone's asking me something, make sure you.
Okay, what's the number?
5 2
Oh.
R P W 01. Oh, you just wanted that. 010114.
010114. I mean, I could have put the whole thing in, I guess. So, see, we're in, let me move this. 24.
Oh, year 9. We're in there.
So. Oh, no, it's still pending. So I can just email, and we can just email Angela and tell her, Jada, that the NOA for year 10 is still pending with NIH, and then tell her you're following up with Ryan on the no cost extension, but I would just tell her Kyle didn't approve it until Tuesday. And that
Okay.
we'll keep her posted. So, okay. So Jada, if you want to pull up Jen's effort,
Yes.
thank you.
Maybe I'll get bigger. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing like when you're looking at it, you're probably looking at these, right?
Yeah, so that's what,
Um, Jada, can you scroll to the left?
That's as far left as it goes. Or do you want me to unhide? the
Yeah,
previous one?
unhide, just so we can see. My guess is,
It ended in 25.
yeah. So Jada has like one continuous spreadsheet. So that's what's happening. So like if you look at when she opened up all of the columns, Jen was posting on here, but she's not any longer,
Okay.
just because something probably ended. And then Jada just keeps track of. Mhm. Yeah. So, on Jen's stuff, I'm trying to look at my notes I took on here. Is PEDS, can you go to the PEDS tab?
Yeah.
So have you emailed, so we normally will look at what projects are in deficit. Did you guys explain to them our policy around when you get a project?
We briefly talked about the $10,000 threshold.
Okay, okay.
That'll be an award man.
Oh, gotcha. So, Jada, have you emailed PEDS on this deficit?
Yeah, I did. No one responded, but she said to wait a couple weeks to follow up.
When did you email them?
Let's see.
And I think you probably sent it to their kind of generic email.
Yeah, I sent it on 2/13, so it's been a quick 2 days.
So can you pull up that email and forward it to Marka and ask her to have one of her team check on the deficit?
What's her last name?
Sorry.
Start with G.
It's a G-U-E.
GURULE.
I don't know. Sorry, what is the ask her?
I would just forward her the email where you're asking them to clean up the deficit and ask her to have her post-award administrator provide an update.
Okay.
Okay, and then on our project, if you go back to, so right now we're talking about the PEDS project. So we give here at Emory, if we're working with another school or department, if their direct budget is over $10,000, they get their own what we call project and a speed type to charge against.
okay,
So what Jada is looking at on the PEDS is they're overspending the budget that we allocated, and so she needs to follow up with them to make sure that they clean it up before the end of the budget period. Sometimes, depending on this, it hasn't happened as much lately, but if the faculty member has budget, sometimes they'll allocate more, but a lot of them are holding as much money as they can right now, just because, you know. So on this then, Jada, if you want to look at the row 35. And okay, so you already took that person out. So this person is the person that Jen said was leaving. So Jada just took out the encumbrance for February. I mean, honestly, Jada, it's probably close enough. We could prorate January if we wanted to, but it's probably only like 5 days. So, and January should be actuals. So she looks like it's already.
Prorated a little, yeah.
Yeah. So her projection then should be good. And it looks like Jada, then the only thing you need to check on for her is that Fisher Scientific invoice. that she doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
And Malika, with that invoice, that's one thing I haven't trained Jada very much on because I don't get into pool invoices. So
Yeah, I was gonna
wouldn't-
say, I was meeting with Robert.
I was like, I would have no idea how to do that. So, and then you heard us talk to her. Can you go to the ULRI tab?
Yep.
So this one here is not a federal award, and we got it negotiated late. She had us do some RSTs back, but Jen's also another one who's pretty well funded. And for the Department of Environmental Health, those faculty try really hard to get to the department allocated percent, right? So even though they may be able to increase their effort, and they should, if they are spending that time, they won't. Um, so with that one, they're just saying they're not going to give us any more money till we spend what we have. So we'll continue to spend and make sure an invoice goes out. And so we'll just monitor that one. I like when we don't really have changes.
I know, there was like nothing this month for fire.
I know. So do you want to go to Todd? Because it looks like for Todd's, we have probably some follow up. Yeah, let's just go to Todd's. We'll start with our notes.
No changes is good.
No changes are good, unless they come back later and ask for changes.
Right.
That's why with Zhang, I'm like,
He's just all over this. He's all over.
yeah. Okay, so WIH, so with Todd's, we're gonna have to back into effort for him, right? Because he wants to spend out. So Jada for, yeah, WIH, so that, wait, is that the right one? Yeah. So if you take that 7-1, no, it's tiny.
Here, I'll use
No, you're fine. I can see it on the big screen.
them.
So she's gonna back into salary amount basically. And then you're gonna have to divide it by, what's the fringe rate? 1 point something? 1.324. And then what month, when does this end?
June.
So maybe we do March through June if you divide it by 4. And then if you figure out that percentage off of Todd's salary. And then you can update his effort. Do you need me to look up the salary or are you good?
I got it on the other screen.
Okay, just making sure.
No, 15 seconds. Okay, so let me take.
And so then if you get his effort and you add him on there starting in March for that 8.575. Okay, and then he wants us to do the same thing with the other one.
Which one was it? Leopard.
And then what you can do in his projections, then Jada, add that, go back to yeah, and put that 135052 in March through April.
What was it, 13?
I'm not gonna remember.
There we go. So that's spent out. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, what's the next one?
The leopard green.
Okay, so do the same thing with that one then.
So you wanna do March to July this time?
Yeah, I think that's fine. Is Sam doing next?
Mhm.
Oh, what's the next one?
Or-
That's one
No,
point.
she left the meeting. Are you leaving? Okay, okay, thank you, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
See you say.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm gonna add to this 3.4%, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's 4.54.
And then go ahead and make the change to the fort to zero it. Okay. And then,
Oh,
Was there any-
On WIH, we didn't encumber the $15,000 for conference expense.
oh, the one we just did. For Arkansas?
No, WIH.
Okay, well then go back and plug it in and then we'll just
Okay.
recalculate it real quick.
Sorry. Where should I put it?
Just,
What was the other
just put it in the others, but put it in the travel line at the bottom.
So it's gonna be 7,426.
What's that?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, and you made your change on your effort sheet?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything on Arkansas?
I need to submit this RST for Kyle, because I just encumbered it to make sure. He said Cynthia's rolling off February 15th. But everything before needs to be submitted, so I just need to submit this RST. And we need to follow up on the budget amendment.
So right now they're all sitting on UTBG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can get those in today, that would be good.
Yeah, Todd's has already been submitted, but I will submit these two today. If
Okay,
we'll take it off.
okay.
So Monica, yesterday when Tammy talked about payroll adjustments, that's what Jada is going to do based off of the discussion that they had in their meeting today, and that they needed to change around effort. She has to go back and actually do what we call an RST, which is a retro salary transfer that allows her to update the payroll to what they discussed. And so what you see there is she's projecting it as a future cost because it hadn't posted yet to the grant. But once it posts to the grant, they'll next month, when they rerun these reports, it'll be there as an actual expense.
Let me ask, so, I think I heard you talk about adjusting to January for someone, so will they pay retrospectively?
They've already been paid, so they get paid.
No, if they adjust the efforts and you want to match with salary, maybe someone was at 10% and you move to 12%. wouldn't salary increase?
No, it's already paid 100% salary.
Okay,
We're just
yeah.
moving it in between,
Between,
yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I get, yeah.
Okay, so then Jada, I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah.
So one of the other things he wanted us to check on was Arkansas because Arkansas wasn't showing the right budget. Is that right, Jada?
Correct.
And my guess is it's not going to be in here if I had to guess, but let's look. This is our system that we can like, this is all of Todd's like active studies right now. And so this is the one that he was questioning whether they added the amendment for the next year and the budget. And you can see they still haven't because this is the same amount that we had showed him before. But what I'm gonna do is we'll see. It did go to OSP. So if you look at the email here, Arkansas sent it to the OSP mailbox. So that's our central office. They should have picked it up and created an amendment deliverable in Insight. So we'll log in to see if it's there before I ping them to ask them, are you?
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Have to look at it.
So this is, did you show them the system yet?
No, I haven't.
So this is our new system that we're phasing in, which will allow us to pretty much do everything from start to finish. We have like two more versions releases to go before we're fully live on here, but anything that's like a contract review is already in the system. So I'm gonna go in here. She's like, it's not. And when I'm in here, I can sort by different things to try to find. And then Arkansas is here. And then what they would do is they would come in here and then they would add in this deliverable section, they would add some type of deliverable to show that they're actually working on it, right? So it looks like maybe this one, but it says it's completed and to award setup. So let's see if this is the one. Maybe if I can get that. Did they attach?
That one says completed to a work setup too, but that's just this week, so maybe it's coming.
Is it thinking? Oh, here. It's like, pay attention to your downloads. Let's just make sure it's the right one. I'm guessing it probably is. So, yeah. So it's extending it through 11/30 of 26, which, and here's the new amount.
I'm
Jada,
gonna start pulling up proposals and funding agreements like you, because that was the MTR. That the same thing.
oh yeah, because yeah. Jada, can you pull up your fort now?
Which one? The Arkansas or Arkansas?
Yeah, the Arkansas one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's going to go through 30 of 26. So it looks like OSP has the Office of Sponsored Programs has dropped it over to the award setup team. It looks like they just sent it this week. So Jada, when you send these new reports to Todd, you can tell him it has to be fully executed if we send it. So I don't know why Ryan didn't copy us on that email back to Arkansas, but so mark your calendar, Jada, next week towards the end of the week to make sure that the budget updates and the end date. And just let Todd know it looks like it's in progress and we'll follow up with them then.
Okay.
So at least it moved and at least they did what they were supposed to do in the new system. So that's good. Hey. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. See ya. And then it looked like he was talking about Amber posting. We'll wait for him to talk to Carmen. So him and Carmen Marset do a ton of the same work together. They do a lot with like placentas and research around like environmental impacts, birth, and then they follow these children up to a certain age and all these things. So he'll follow up kind of on that person. And then he talked about the R56 with Shakira, and I don't know if that's come through yet. So we'll kind of wait on those couple things. So now that Jada, can you go back to his effort now?
Yes, because we need to fix them. Because he's over.
Yeah, so the ones where he's over, I would just go ahead and reduce him to the department.
Okay, that's what I figured, but
Just so you know here, tenure track faculty get like that 30% department coverage. Todd negotiated in a higher amount because he's doing some extra work for the department. We do have a bridge policy here, which means if you're chronically underfunded, there's a step down policy of effort. So, now Todd is usually funded. He's just in an area right now so those faculty aren't being looked at, right? This is a school policy and, we'll kind of work through. But if you can save some money for the department now, it's easier to have a discussion next year to say, hey, I reduced my effort last year kind of thing. So Jada, then if you can go ahead and, you know what, I'll put in his March. If I share my screen.
no,
No, I was gonna say, so what happens now is March.
June.
Hmm?
Toon said that they should, it's not going to be shared. I think there's some surplus here, if I'm right? That they should share his efforts, the money between March to June, if I'm right. I think he mentioned something like that.
He did. Yeah, so she figured all that out and she updated this, and then what she did is she reduced this department line here.
Okay.
So then what Jada's gonna have to do is she's gonna have to go into his HR distribution. And she's gonna have to update his March to these new numbers
Okay.
so that he posts right. So Jada, make sure that you do that. Change his March effort in the HR system.
Okay.
And if we stay ahead of it like this, then we don't have to go back and keep changing it. It makes it much, much easier. So I think that was it for Todd, wasn't it, Jada?
I believe so.
Okay. So then we only have Zhang. So if you want to pull up Zhang. And Zhang's the one who you guys saw, he's got lots of balances and he tends to, when a progress report's coming up and he has to report, and he shouldn't be doing this. He should be, again, allocating his effort based off of the time he's spending. Again, we'll ask those questions. If they justify and say that's how they're spending their time, we make the changes. What we did find out with him, which is normally not the case, is he is listed as key named personnel on the notice of award for some of these, the DoD ones for sure. And so we had to go back and kind of make some adjustments so that we were in compliance on that end. So that's why I keep telling them you need to pay attention to those. But you could tell there was lots of confusion, and that was just all he has is really effort, right? And so it's kind of like that every month. So with him, it looked like he, of course, was going to do a review of his effort, but I thought we need to check on a contract for him.
Yeah,
Hmm?
the chip, the budget wasn't loaded, and the RO1, we need to check on the data extension.
For the Rutgers chip?
Yeah.
Is that the only one?
No, the RO1 as well.
Okay, so let me. I should have an email somewhere. I keep a folder for every faculty member and then just put their stuff inside it. And then hopes I can find it later. Oh, that's that invoice. I'm going to share my screen, okay? Can I take the share from her? So this is the invoice that he talked about from that small grant he had, where he hasn't put any effort or expenses on it yet. And I was like, we can just wait until you spend, because our central office, and Malika, you for sure can speak to this way more than me, would push back and say, why are we invoicing when you haven't spent anything yet to date? So so this one here is the Rutgers RO1. They did send it to OSP, and this was back in January, so technically I should be able to find it in Insight. We will see. Because I think they didn't give us more money. They only extended our end date because he wasn't spending. Yeah. And what was the title? Oh. I wonder if the title changed. Prenatal. Do you guys see it?
It was sick.
Did they put the Apex number on here maybe? I could find it by that. No, this one's not. Never mind. This is Todd's.
Oh.
Like, no wonder why I can't find it. Okay. So this one, ovarian disrupting effects. So this one. And there's nothing in here. I can look in here real quick.
They might ask for a grant form though, it's a no cost extension, so,
It's not a no cost extension.
oh, so they extended the dates and they didn't give us,
Yeah, it's a new year.
they didn't give us funding.
No, because he's not spending. They refused.
You don't think it's a no cost extension?
It's not a no cost extension.
Oh,
Yeah, like if you look at, it just started. It's on.
right there, no. On the amendment.
Yeah, I don't know why they marked it as a no cost extension, because it really isn't. I feel it. Well, let me double check here. We should be able to see. See, here's the project period. So they're extending it to us with no money until he spends his money.
It's a mid-year, it's a mid-project cost extension.
Yeah, so we need to put it in as a no cost extension. Okay, so Jada, you're gonna have to enter this in as a grant form.
Okay.
Do you want me to resend you the email?
Yeah, I need that? Oh, it's in there, yeah. That's, yeah, but you said it, that's what's that top of the email.
It's rare, but.
Maybe you're easy.
I hate that because well, that should be fine. Okay, so that's that one. And what was the other one, Jada?
The RO one. We just need it to. What do you say? Check on the date extension.
Is it is it this one? What's this one?
79545. When I do a no cost extension, that's a mid-year, do I just put it in as a regular no cost extension or is it different?
Yeah, just a regular one.
I just make sure.
Is this the other one, Jada, that we need to look at? See, this is a weird, like they're putting it forward, Malika, as like a purchase order type thing.
But it does reference us.
Oh, here. So this one, my guess is, I don't know if this went over to OSP. Because he sent it to us. So Jada, you're probably going to need to send this to the OSP mailbox, right, Malika?
Yeah.
Who's the OSP? Like I just search OSP.
I'll put it in here.
To make sure.
It's that one, the override OSP.
OSP.
And then you can just let them know that we're routing both.
Okay.
Geez, oh, that is so noisy. Sorry, guys. Okay, did we have anything else for Zhang?
I don't believe so.
Okay. So those were all our changes, which wasn't many. I can tell you when we first picked up this portfolio, there was a whole lot of changes. So,
Yeah.
like I said, we do meet monthly. We do then follow up with our to-do list and try to do it right away so that it's done. And then we follow up with the faculty member on revised reports. So like for Todd's, where we actually made those changes on projections, Jada will send him an updated email saying, we've made all your changes. Here's the impact of those changes. Let us know if we missed anything, kind of thing. And then the notes that were taken, did you forward them to me or? Okay. Okay. So normally the AI generated notes, you can edit them. I don't normally edit them. Unless we were chit-chatting at the beginning of the meeting and I want to cut some of that out. I normally say, here's the unedited notes. And then, or Jada will do that. And then Jada will copy Robert, who she technically reports to, so that he can track faculty engagement. So,
Faculty engagement is important because as you can see, it allows them to be on the same page and in compliance. The award requirements and university requirements, both are important. So.
yeah. So that's that.
That's
Look,
it.
right at 2. Perfect timing.
Right.
All right. Thanks, Jada.